Hi angels! Welcome back to another video. My name is Rowan and welcome to my channel. Today we are starting off a Whateverthon vlog. I don't know if this is going to be one vlog or two or more because I have no idea how many clips I'm going to do, how many books I'm going to read. I'm going to attempt to read quite a few books, so hopefully this will be more than one video, but you never know what's going to happen in June. But I've already started a book already, which is not on my TBR, so I'm keeping in with the theme of Comrades of Chaos, but I have started The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan Her, and this is a Black Mirror meets Studio Ghibli, I think is what the synopsis was, about two sisters, and they are in this kind of world that has eco-cities because the world is like so rife with awful climate now that the earthquakes and stuff are awful, but only the most rich people can be in these eco-cities. And the two sisters, I think, are some of the top ranking people, a little bit like that episode of Black Mirror called Nosedive, like they have ranks and stuff, but I don't think they rate each other or anything, that's just what it reminds me of. And they stay in these stasis pods and conduct business and pleasure through that. The only things they can do in real life are eat, sleep and exercise. Everything else they have to do in these pods so that it saves energy and saves the planet kind of thing. The initial premise is that one of the sisters is currently on an island and has amnesia. She's just on a desert island, has no idea how she got there. The only thing she can remember is that she has a sister and she needs to get back to her. And then the other sister is kind of just grieving because, you know, her sister is missing and still kind of just in the eco-city, chilling, trying to figure out what to do now that her sister's gone. And that's the initial premise. Haven't really got that far in yet. I started on the Whateverthon kickoff sprints that I did with Maddie and Gavin. If you haven't watched that yet, it's quite a fun little short live. It's only about an hour. You should go watch that. But yeah, I've started this and I'm going to continue it today. Today's the 2nd of June. I was busy on the 1st of June, unfortunately, so didn't get any reading done. And yeah, I am, if anyone doesn't know, one of the team captains. Myself and Spoopy Hall are the team captains for the Comrades of Chaos. Our team colour is pink and our genres are literally everything except for any fantasy and middle grade and contemporary. It's also Pride Month. Sick. I'm bisexual if anyone didn't know, so if you are also out and proud, drop me some purple, blue and pink hearts in the comments. I'm gonna carry on reading this today. And yeah, I will see you guys again when I have some updates on this book that's not on my TBR. Hello my lovelies, so we are back for another vlog clip and it is now the 7th of June because I unfortunately completely forgot that I was planning to vlog Whateverthon. Anyway, last week I only read one book, which is not very good, and then I went to see Maddie and Spoops, which I didn't vlog any of, which I'm kind of regretting now, but I didn't want to. I kind of just wanted to chill. Today, anyway, is Monday the 7th of June, and I am about to get on to sprints with Christy. I'm on quite a few sprints this week, so hopefully I'll get a lot of reading done. I'm on Christy's sprints today, Spoops' sprints tomorrow, India's sprints on Saturday, and I'm hosting sprints on Sunday. So that'll be really, really good. And I've started many books. I started The Bone Season, I started Red Sister, and I started In the Ravenous Dark. I'm hopefully going to read In the Ravenous Dark on these sprints, but also The Jasmine Throne I now have obtained, which I really, really want to read, so I may start that. It's a bit of a mess. I will speak to you again when I have an actual update and not just no update. I don't remember if I updated about The Ones We're Meant to Find, but I gave it 5 stars and it was really, really good. See you later. Hello, it is currently Tuesday, the 9th of June, and I finished In the Ravenous Dark yesterday. I gave it 4 stars. This is the Fairy Loot version, question mark. It might be a Lumicrate. I think it's a Lumicrate. I don't remember. And I finished this last night. I thought it was really good. I really liked all the characters. I liked the characters more than the plot. Although the plot was quite unique. I said this on sprints, because I was on sprints with Spoops last night, that it's a little bit like generic YA fantasy setting. So it's like, oh, it's set in a castle, like a palace. There's some arranged marriages. The political and like villain stuff is quite normal, but the actual like magic system and kind of what went on and what was wrong was quite unique, I thought. I really liked the uniqueness of the what was wrong. I'm trying not to spoil anything because I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's a very pretty version of the book. And last night on Sprints, I started Jasmine Throne and I started tabbing it. You can kind of see there. I've got quite a few tabs so far. And this is a floppy book. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the Jasmine Throne so far. It would be my third book for Whateverthon. My goal is 6. I feel like I'm gonna forget that I've said loads of different stuff, or said the same stuff over and over in these clips. So sorry to Jordan for him having to cut out probably a load of shit from these clips. I'll see you later when I have an update. Bye. Hi guys, I just got back to my house and my fairy light is here. So I thought I would put this as a kind of a mini unboxing in vlog because I've already uploaded an Illumicrate unboxing last week by the time you're seeing this. So I'm just going to put this as a really quick mini unboxing, very quick unboxing, because fairy light kind of been spoiled for some of the items already. So, and I didn't really like them, the ones that I saw. So this hopefully will be entertaining for this vlog. First up, we have a cup thing. That's cool packaging. This says from now until darkness claims us, and there's a load of different dragons and stuff, which I really like. I hope it comes with a straw though, because Sarah J Maas. Oh, it might be the new one. House of Earth and Blood, maybe? You can't really see it very well. Now, this is actually quite funny because in my Illumicrate unboxing I said, God damn, we don't need any more fucking coasters. And what's in this box but coasters, Serpent and Dove coasters, of which not that keen on the book. I gave it 4 stars. It was enjoyable enough, but I didn't want to continue the series. So these are characters. It's really good art though. Characters from the book. This one's called like Coco or something really kind of racist, so just thought I'd let you guys know that. This looks like a leaf. Oh, it says on the back wooden phone stand. Spoiler, I guess. I have a Howl's Moving Castle wooden phone stand, which I'm not sure where it is. It says, behold what has arrived, Jordan Ifueko. I think I've put it in right. Unless it goes in the other way. Oh, yeah, maybe like that. It's really pretty. Could put that on my desk. What's this? Roll the dice, reading list game. Oh my god. There's a metal D20 in here. If I hold it far away, it'll focus and Jordan can zoom in. That I am happy with. So I guess it's kind of like a TBR kind of game, almost. Like you would write a prompt, I guess, in each of these. You roll the dice, you pick a book based on the prompt. That's what I'm assuming. It doesn't come with any other instructions, so. But that makes the box almost completely worth it, even if I don't like the other items. Oh, here's the straw. I can feel it's a really small hardback, which I hate. Here are the tarot cards. 10 of Wands. Then there's an art print. Is it Vampire Academy, maybe? And then we have the spoiler card, and from this, if you know any of the stuff that's or fantasy that's coming out, you should kind of know what the book is already. I did when I saw this being announced. Jordan Ifueko is Raybearer, which I have on my TBR. Have not got to it yet. Oh, these are Serpent and Dove. These are Serpent and Dove. Those are the same characters that are on the coasters. And then the art print is the Crave series, which I've not heard of, but it's very good art, and I might want to read that if it's any good. All right, let's get to the book. Ooh, it has stenciled edges. We love stenciled edges in this house. There's the bookmark, which has the same art on the front. We have the Fairy Scoop, which is the kind of newsletter that comes each month. There's usually a couple of questions for the author, interview the author, and then it shows you what's different for the new special edition compared to a normal edition. So this new edition's got exclusive redesigned cover, stencil sprayed edges, signed, artwork on the reverse, foil embossing, and a ribbon bookmark. That's a lot. And then next month's theme is Animal Companions. There's an art print with a letter from the author on the back. It's a little bit battered, I'm not gonna lie. The edges here, I don't know if you can see, yeah, look at that. Jeez. And looks like a very attractive man. This, I am kind of shook. This is the book. Nothing on the cover. And the book is Witches Steeped in Gold by Kianan Smart. I think that's how you pronounce Kianan. Or again, it's a tiny, tiny hardback. It's like smaller than my head, which I'm not keen on usually, but it has stencil sprayed edges, which are really cool. Although they do seem a bit like, can you see they're quite dodgy? I don't know if it's meant to be, the stuff Fairy Loot has done has been very geometric and straight lines, so I think it must be purposeful. There we've got the signed page. On the front underneath is the same as the cover, and then also artwork on the back. They are fit. They are very fit. And this is about an heir of an overthrown and magically gifted dynasty has been exiled and she's in a cell. The other girl, Jasmine, grew up dressed in gold with stolen magic at her fingertips. Sworn enemies, the two witches enter a deadly alliance to take down the woman who threatens both their worlds. Is it sapphic though? Because if it is, I'm even more interested. But yeah, that was just a super, super quick unboxing for you guys to show you the items. I'll see you in another clip. Hello. I have just scrapped 2 vlog clips that I took today because I'm an idiot. And I tried to start vlogging to make a vlog with this and 2 other books, one of which isn't out yet. This morning's clip was literally just utter shit. I was just talking rubbish, and I said I was going to read all day. I was going to read this, and I didn't. I read Red Sister on audiobook instead. So I'm about halfway through Red Sister now on audiobook, which is my comfort reread, and I'm still about 60 pages into The Jasmine Throne because I did that on Tuesday with Spoops. It's Friday today. I keep forgetting to vlog things. I'm still new to this vlogging thing, so please do forgive me. Jordan's going to do his best to spice this up and edit it so that it looks better than it is. But I'm still really enjoying the Jasmine Throne so far. About to hop onto READATHON from the Welsh Reader Sprints. I'm not on them, I'm just going to be in the comments because they're solo sprints. And hopefully get a lot more of this done because I'm really enjoying it. You can see I've got so many tabs already. Really, really want to get more done. I really, really want to read more this month. It's the 11th and I've only read 2 books and I'm not even like near finishing a 3rd. And I have so many books that I want to read before I have to move. Just an hour and a half till READATHON sprints. I don't know how much of a chunk I can get of this. It's going a little bit slower because obviously I'm tabbing, so I'm kind of thinking a bit more about what I want to tab and things like that, so it's taking a little bit longer than I usually would read. But I really want to savour this because it is basically my most anticipated book of this year. The other 2 most anticipated are The Unbroken by C.L. Clarke and She Who Became the Sun by Shelley P. Chan. I did want to do a vlog with all 3 of those, but this month I am doing vlogs for Whateverthon, obviously, hence you're watching it right now. And I'm reading this and The Unbroken in that month. So I don't think I can vlog those separately now because I'm vlogging my thoughts on them now, so there's not really much point. This is this clip. I'm gonna go read. Hello, I have just finished sprints on my channel. It is Sunday today. I got about 170-ish pages of The Jasmine Throne, which is quite a lot. I am nearing the end. There's about 130 pages left, I think, so I should finish that in 1 full day, maybe tomorrow. I am doing stuff tomorrow in the day, but maybe throughout the afternoon and evening. I am really enjoying it so far still. I still feel like there's like that one thing that's tiny, like maybe missing, because someone's just been stabbed and I didn't really care. I'm not really feeling like the connections to the characters that I feel like I should be, but I am really, really enjoying the world building and like the plot and the politics. I think it's just the characters are falling a little bit short for me, and maybe the character interactions, they're just not like hitting home like they should be. I am also all dressed up and makeup on because I'm going to meet my uni friends, of which I have quite a few actually, but specifically my course friends. For those of you who don't know, I do accounting and finance. I've just finished my degree, and this is the group that I met doing my tax coursework. Very fun. And this is the first time I will be meeting them in person, so that's going to be fun. We're going to have some drinks and some food, and it's going to be really cool and really nice, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, hopefully by the time you see me next, I will be updating for the end of The Jasmine Throne. Fingers crossed. Hi everyone, apologies if you can hear my laptop in the background, it goes quite loud when I'm on sprints, but right now I'm on sprints. I'm on Steph's sprints on her channel and I'm on camera so everyone can probably see me doing this right now. But I'm on Steph's sprints, it's Saturday, it is Saturday the 18th? 19th of June, so we're nearing the end of week 3 of June, which is close to the end. Since I last spoke to you, I have not finished the Jasmine Throne. I'm reaching for it right now. I have not finished the Jasmine Throne yet, but I'm going to finish it on these sprints because I'm determined to finish it. I did start and finish Get a Life Chloe Brown because I had it on Kindle ages and ages ago, and Steph and India kept going on about it, and they're doing a readathon this week for those 3, not readathon, read along this week for those 3 books. And I thought, you know what, I'm in a bit of a slumpy mood, so I'll just try some romance. And it was good. I gave it 4 stars. It was just about 4 stars though. On Core Pile it was 7 exactly. Really liked the writing, loved the humour, but didn't quite get along with the love interest. Wasn't really interested in him. So that's kind of my opinion on Chloe Brown. I will continue with the other 2, Danny and Eve's books, because I've heard that they are even better, according to people who like the series. So I will carry on when they are cheap on Kindle, which is not right now. And I need to save to buy furnishings for my house. But my Wayward Children vlog is currently ready to go for tonight, and I'm really, really excited for everyone to see it. I really hope it does well because I really, really love that series. It's my probably new favourite series ever. Stop laughing at me. I know Sabriel is my favourite book of all time, but I kind of read it as kind of like a standalone. I don't tend to reread the other ones, although I do need to. I want to soon. I've read 3 books out of 6 so far, which is not a lot considering we're at the end of week 3, but hopefully I'm going to finish Jasmine Throne today, and then hopefully also start and finish A Diary of Blood, which is also not on my TBR. Love that for me. I don't even know what I meant to read this month. I meant to be reading Docile, I meant to be reading Middle Game, I meant to be reading The Unbroken. I'm going to read the Jasmine Throne. I don't remember what other 2 were on my TBR. It might have been Hero of Ages, which is not going to happen. I will update you, hopefully, when I've finished the Jasmine Throne. I think I've said that about 3 times in 3 different clips now. But this time, I'm telling the truth. Hello, once again. Today, it is Sunday, the 20th of June. And I am updating today because yesterday I did so much reading. I'm so proud of myself. Me and Jade absolutely nailed it and finished 2 whole books yesterday. I didn't update after Steph's sprints because she had to go off because of her internet. Then I went on to Jade's Patreon sprints. She invited me on to join her, and we read for 6.5 fucking hours, which I am so proud of, after 3 hours on Steph's sprints as well. And I finished, finally, Jasmine Throne. I gave it 4 stars. On Core Pile, it came out as exactly the lowest 4-star possible. So it came out on Core Pile as a 7, which means technically it's like a 3.5. But for the sake of whole stars on Goodreads, it is a 4-star. And I'm happy to say it's a 4-star. I did really enjoy the characters in this. The characters were probably the best part of this for me, especially the main 2 characters, Malini and Priya. I didn't really care about any of the other characters, unfortunately. It was just those main 2 that I felt like a connection to and I felt for, and kind of the idea of what is a monster, what's monstrous, what are these women like. I liked the relationship, but it wasn't end of the world, clutching my heart yearning that I want from relationships, which is just not what the relationship is. It's not necessarily a fault on the author's part, but I really, really liked the yearning at the beginning, but it just kind of fizzled out for me, the romance. And I thought this was going to be a fantasy romance, which I think it may have been marketed slightly wrong. Overall, I still would really recommend this. The politics are really, really good. The 2 main characters are really, really good. There's not a lot of intrigue. The only intriguing thing was to do with prophecy and names, and it kind of just came full circle to the end. This was a very well-rounded book, as in it completed in itself. I think this could have been a standalone. I don't personally feel there was much conflict in this book. Even though there was, I just felt like the stakes weren't very high. I felt like all these characters are going to come out fine. There was a character death, but I did not care. I genuinely did not care. I was just like, oh, okay. It didn't live up to my expectations, which maybe is a problem on my own part because I had such high expectations. But yeah, gave this 4 stars. After that, I moved on to A Dowry of Blood, which is the reimagining of Dracula's Brides retelling, which is like polyamorous and like they're in an abusive relationship with Dracula. Obviously, he's abusive. It's quite short. It's only like 235 pages. I really enjoyed this. This also came out as a 4 stars, but more of a high 4 stars. I gave the writing 10 out of 10 on Corpile. I just thought this was beautifully written. I thought the prose was really good. I really liked the way it was in second person. I just found it very unique, and I would highly recommend this to anyone who's interested in it. It's kind of out of my comfort zone. I don't really read like historical fiction, or like, I don't read gothic horror, I don't read Dracula or whatever. Really enjoyed it. Again, like I said, it's one of the higher ends of the 4 star, but it was kind of the plot and the intrigue was low scoring, but the writing and like the characters was really high, because obviously this is like such a short book. It's not really plot to it, it's just the story of how they came to be his brides and all that. So that's that. But I really enjoyed this. I would highly recommend this to anyone. I was a bit worried that it was going to be like shitty erotica. There's some good erotica out there, but I was worried it would be bad erotica, and that's why people liked it. But it's not. It's absolutely not. It's not written that way. And now I am reading Docile for the first time, finally, because this is for the Burn Books Club, which Maddie and Spoops run, and also it's on my TBR this month. Obviously, I have only read 1 book on my TBR this month, and that was The Jasmine Throne. This will be the 2nd book on my TBR, and this will also be my 6th Whateverthon book, because I set my goal for 6, and this will complete my goal. So hopefully I can further my goal and get some extra points for my team. This obviously is pink on the cover. It's going to be pink on the cover, out of my comfort zone. A Dowry of Blood ends in D, and this begins with D, so it's the reader book that starts with the letter that ended of the previous. So Dowry of Blood ends in D, this starts with D. I also was worried I wasn't going to fill in the indie prompt, but Dowry of Blood is a indie publisher called Nyx Publishing, and they are in Sheffield in the UK, which is pretty cool, I think. I'm going to continue to read this today. I'm going to be on Cody's channel doing sprints. It's only about 9:30 right now, and I'm not on those till 12, so I might get a little bit of this read before then. I got 100 pages in yesterday, which it went really fast. Like, the first 100 pages went really fast. So I'm really excited to continue this. I'm really enjoying it. And hopefully I can get loads more read this month. Hello, I realised that I have not updated you guys in a while on what I've been doing for Whateverthon. I think I may have updated you on A Dowry of Blood, at least I hope I have. And I finished Docile the week before as well, but today is the 1st of July, so Whateverthon is now over, really sadly. I had such a great time, like being on so many sprints, meeting so many new people, interacting with everyone. It's just been an absolute blast, and I've had such a good time. I ended up reading 7 books, 6,900 points, and I think it was about 2,000 and something pages, maybe like 2,800 pages, something like that. But I finished Docile, and I also finished Middle Game, both of which are like new favorite books. So Middle Game honestly has probably taken like top spot for like favorite book of all time. Sabriel is still there, but we'll see upon reread if it stays at number 1. I've had such a good time. I really enjoyed all of the books that I read this month. I didn't get below a 4 star, although I had some very low 4 stars, which were technically 3.5s, like Chloe Brown and The Jasmine Throne. I still really enjoyed all of the books that I read. I just had a really good time, and I'm sad that it's over. I am taking part in MERLIN Readathon in August. I'm one of the hosts. You should go over to Bambina Katarina's channel to go check out the announcement video for that. I'll put that in the description of this video. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me on this adventure. Some of these vlogs and clips are probably a bit haphazard, I do apologise. But I've been a bit all over the place with moving. I'm a bit brain dead from moving so much and creating so much furniture and putting it all together. But I've had a really good time. And yeah, cheers to next year. Hello my loves, sorry my hair is a little bit of a mess today. I've been out and been to Waterstones and all this and that, but today I'm just going to wrap up Whateverthon for you just for the end of this vlog. I need to go through all of the books that I've read, the star ratings, just to consolidate it at the end for you guys. I have made so many new friends, I've met so many new people. reached new audiences, become closer with old friends on BookTube, and I've just had the best time of my life, I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably my best experience on BookTube, and I said that in a few videos I filmed like yesterday as well. I've got so involved and I was on so many sprints. I just really want to thank everyone who's been involved, everyone who's been involved on the Discord, the Twitter, people who have like followed me on Bookstagram and like reacted to my stuff. Especially a huge thank to Spoops, who was obviously my co-captain for the Comrades of Chaos. Huge thanks to Maddie for creating the readathon herself and doing all of like the Excel sheets and creating it and kind of letting it go and be her baby and grow beyond her. And it's just been incredible. And I've loved getting to know Jade, Gavin, Steph, meeting Ashley, Cody, Becca properly. It's just been really a really good experience. I don't know how to like properly speak about it. I'm a little bit speechless, to be honest. It's been the best experience ever. It is actually the 5th of July today, so the results have been out and we came second. I want to say thank you to everyone who joined mine and Spoops' team, the Comrades of Chaos. Yes, I'm so proud that we came second. Me and Spooks at the beginning thought, you know, no one would join our team because not that well known compared to some of the other hosts. And obviously fantasy teams do get a lot more people, but just really proud of our team, and I'm really proud that everyone got so involved. Spooks did the best out of all the hosts as well. She read 22 books, that's incredible. But I'm just going to take you through the 7 books that I read. This month I had a really good reading month for Whateverthon. I read 3 5-star books and 4 4-star books. I will say 2 of the 4-star books were more like 3.5, but they were ended up being core pile, so I'm leaving that as 4 stars on, you know, Goodreads, but on Storygraph it's a different story. But the first book I read obviously was The Ones We're Meant to Find by Joan Her. This is a dystopian that is about kind of climate change. I think I have talked about it in this vlog, so I'm not going to talk about it too much here. It's basically a dystopian kind of Black Mirror type world. I really enjoyed this. I gave it 5 stars. The intrigue was off the charts. The cover is beautiful. I'm so jealous of people who got like the Barnes & Noble special edition because it's got like all pink clouds and stuff, and it's got like different end papers, although the end papers in here are really nice as well. But yeah, this one was definitely a 5-star. I would recommend this to anyone. It is a little bit confusing, but I like my books that way, and we will see that later on in the last book that I read this month as well. Very good book. The next book that I read was In the Ravenous Dark, which has lovely sprayed edges from Illumicrate. This was Illumicrate's April book. Beautiful end papers there as well of the 4 main characters. There is a pansexual main character. She's a blood mage and she gets kind of found out, and that's kind of basic of the story. But it's a polyamorous relationship. There's a lesbian love interest, a non-binary like best friend, and then a man, like a cis-het man. He's just there. This was also really good. I really enjoyed it. This was a 4-star for me. It was a lot better than a lot of YA I've read in the past year or so, I'd say. Like, I'd say it's like higher quality. The story was better quality and the characters really drew me in and I cared about them. And even though I wouldn't say it was insta-love, it was like insta-lust, which I can understand. I completely am down with that. It's the insta-love part that I don't like normally in books. By the end, this is a standalone, by the way. This one is also a standalone. So I've read quite a few standalones this month. I've been wanting to get more into standalones because there's so many series that I've started and just haven't finished or haven't continued. So I'm really glad that I've read quite a few standalones this month. 5 standalones and 2 series this month, so that's incredible. I wouldn't say it was a 4.5. I would think it was a 4, to be honest. The star kind of dropped just cause it was a little bit short for a standalone. I think it's like 400 pages, 390. And for a standalone, that's quite short, I feel, and it's kind of hard to fit a full fantasy novel into that amount of pages. So I feel like some bits could have had a bit more action, or I don't know, some bits were a little bit predictable, so that's what dropped the star. But overall, I think this is a really good book. Really good sapphic relationship in it as well, and just really good way of describing being non-binary and way of describing polyamory as well. I would highly recommend this. Next, I took 2 weeks to read The Jasmine Throne, and I did tab it all. It's a nice floppy paperback from Waterstones that Maddie's mum got me. Top tip, Orbit always have floppy paperbacks. if you're looking for them. This, I was a little bit disappointed. I ended up giving it 4 stars, but it was the very bottom of the barrel 4 stars. On Corepile, it had 7 out of 10, which is the very bottom of 4 stars. So out of 10, it's 7. If you half that to get out of 5, it's 3.5. So for Storygraph, it would be 3.5. For Goodreads and for full star ratings that you get normally, it's a 4 star. I still think that if you go into this knowing what it's about and knowing what to expect, you'll like it more than I did. This was my top most anticipated book of the year, but I was expecting more romance. I don't think I will continue with the series, unfortunately. There wasn't enough intrigue for me to continue, and I have too many books to read as it is, and too many series. A little bit disappointing. Next, I read Get a Life Chloe Brown on ebook, and I really enjoyed it. I did, again, it got exactly the same rating on Corepile that the Jasmine Throne did. It got a very bottom of the barrel 4 star, so technically 3.5. I really liked the main character, Chloe. She was great. I liked the chronic illness rep because I have chronic pain and I have underactive thyroid, so I get some of the things she was talking about, and the spoon theory, talking about that, I loved that as well. I wasn't that interested in the love interest. Que sera, sera. I am going to continue the series because a lot of my friends have told me they think that I will love Dani Brown. So I will continue with the series, but only when I see it on sale. Like, I'm not going to go out my way to buy it. I'm not very into romance. I'm not very into contemporary romance specifically. I don't mind like fantasy erotica or like contemporary erotica. But if it's just romance, you know, like heavy on the fluff and story, and then there just happens to be sex scenes, like, I'm not as big of a fan of that. Although it was really quick to read, I will say. It really kind of cleansed my palette of fantasy for a little bit and allowed me to jump straight back into the Jasmine Throne. I think I may have like interchanged them. Definitely continue with the series. Did enjoy it. Next, I read A Diary of Blood, and this is the Dracula's Wives retelling. I really loved this. This also got a 4 star for me, but it was obviously a bit of a higher 4 star. The writing in this, above anything else, was incredible. Like the prose and the way she wrote the abuse and like how they got past it and, you know, working things out and how they got sucked in with Dracula and stuff, and his name is never said, and just kind of seeing him suck people in and like how it works. Yeah, it's just, it was very good. I would highly recommend it. Like, I thought it was going to be like trashy erotica, which also I obviously don't mind. I really like trashy erotica, but this was a lot more deeper than that, and I really enjoyed it. The next book that I read was Docile by K.M. Sparra, and this was for the Burned Books Club, which Maddie and Spooks run. This was the May-June pick. Obviously June is over now, so you can't read along now, but this live show is on the 11th of July. But Docile was I want to say it was an instant fave. I might be doing another instant fave video soon. It was a 5 star. This was a really thought-provoking dystopian where in the future you can now inherit debt as well as wealth. There is now a system in place where you can sell yourself into slavery to be a docile. And there is this drug called Dosaline, which essentially if you get injected with it or take the drug, you become literally docile. Like, you can't remember anything, you just like kind of are just wavy, spacey, like you don't remember anything, you just do what you're told, you don't know what's going on, that kind of thing. And it's a really interesting story about how the main character, he sells himself into debt, but he chooses not to take Dosaline. So that's where the story goes from there. I won't say any more because it's quite interesting, the dynamic, but I will say there are a lot of trigger warnings in this. You know, non-consensual sex, dubious consent. It literally says there is no consent under capitalism on the front. Very, I would say it's very much like, I haven't read My Dark Vanessa, but I've heard it's written from the perspective of like the victim, and one of the perspectives in this is the victim. So it is very kind of Stockholm syndrome-y. It kind of gradually is getting somewhere, and then it kind of, at one point you click and you turn around and you're like, oh shit, like this is awful. Because obviously it's from the victim's perspective, so it's hard to see at the beginning, but it's obviously if you read between the lines and you think about it, it's very thought-provoking, very hard to read, definitely hard to read. So I'd think about that before going into it, but I would highly recommend this to anyone. It's probably one of the best dystopians I've ever read. I really want to get more into adult dystopian, so if anyone has any recommendations, please drop them in the comments. And then last but not least, I feel like I've talked about this book so much, but I haven't actually in this vlog yet. But this is Middle Game by Shauna Maguire. This is the very last book that I read for Whateverthon, the 7th book that I read. And Maddie recommended this to me. I'm pretty sure she gifted it to me, but I can't see a gift note, but I may have just lost it. I'm so sorry, Maddie. But she really recommended this to me because she knew I loved Every Heart a Doorway, and I think she just thought I would like it anyway, even before I read Every Heart a Doorway. It's about two twins, Roger and Dodger, who get experimented on, kind of like 11 from Stranger Things type vibes, but in modern day. Well, it's not quite modern day, I think it is actually the 80s as well, but throughout the novel we come up to modern day as of writing and as of publishing, which was like 2019, I think. At birth, Roger and Dodger get separated and sent to two separate adoptive families, either side of America. And the whole thing about this book is like hard to explain, and also I don't want to explain it to you because it's kind of a spoiler, and it's nice to figure out how it works as you go when you're reading the book. It's kind of one of those books you want to go in not really knowing anything. That's the kind of normal premise. I gave this 5 stars. If I could give it more, I would. This got 9.57 out of 10 on Corpile, the highest rated book so far this year. It was only 0.3 above Every Heart a Doorway. It is incredible. The timey-wimey stuff, the timeliney stuff, and just the prose is beautiful, and the whole ideas behind it, all of the other stuff, like there is another book inside this book. This character, A. Deborah Baker, is an alchemist, and she wrote this children's book that kind of hid all of her ideas in it. And throughout the book there is excerpts from this book, which is called Over the Woodward Wall, and then Shauna Maguire decided to write that book. So I'm really, really excited to read this next, but that's not relevant right now, really. But yeah, I'd highly recommend this to anyone. It was incredible. I'm gonna have to buy find a floppy paperback to tab, because this really is great. I do quickly want to mention that I did start Red Sister on audiobook. It was meant to be my comfort reread, but I didn't finish it. Obviously I have talked about it in the vlog previously, so you will have seen me talking about it. I only got about, I think it was like 60-70% of the way. I still haven't finished it. Again, it's like 5th of July. I will soon. I just wasn't really in the mood for A, an audiobook, and B, hard fantasy. I think after the Jasmine Throne it kind of slumped me a little bit, so unfortunately I didn't finish Red Sister, but hopefully I will in the next month or so. So yeah, that was my Whateverthon wrap up. I hope you enjoyed the vlog and all of the books that I read. This was my best reading month this year so far, perhaps ever, like month in general. I'm sad that Whateverthon is over, but hopefully fingers crossed for next year, and hopefully fingers crossed for a mini version maybe in November. Do not hold me to that because Maddie will kill me if I do. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please do consider giving it a like and clicking that subscribe button. Leave me a comment. How did your Whateverthon go? What team were you on? How many books did you read? What was your goal? Just do all that good stuff for me and I'll be incredibly grateful. So yeah, I'll see you in another video, guys. Bye!